Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Well, I am so happy to be joined by my next guest, a Houston native who is bringing a story to the spotlight that so many people need to talk about. It's a new film on Tubi called Dangerous Deceit. And one of the stars of the film, the actress and producer of the movie, is here with me, Victoria Vanna. Victoria, how are you?
Oh, good. Thank you so much for having me today.
No, thank you for coming in. I want to talk about this movie because this is a story that you kind of came up with. It was in your head. You wanted to shine a spotlight on something that goes on in Houston that perhaps people aren't as aware of. Tell us a little bit about the movie and the inspiration for it.
Yes. So, and also, thank you so much for having me. So basically, this storyline came to me when I was actually sitting in an Uber one time, and I felt really uncomfortable, and I was leaving like an outing that night, and I just felt some weird energy. And to me, I feel like it happens way too often to women that we feel sexualized or just uncomfortable. And it kind of just came to my mind like, hey, it's really late at night, and this guy could do anything. So I really wanted to bring awareness to the fact that sex trafficking is a very real thing. And Houston is actually one of the top places. It's like, I think, number 2 on the charts for sex trafficking, which is really, really insane. So I just wanted women to be able to watch this film and kind of be more aware of their surroundings, or even just to have it in the back of your mind that this is a possibility that anyone, you know, who's drinking, especially as a woman, just to be more careful, you know. And it's crazy because even after writing the script and doing this film, I've still sat in Ubers before. Originally, it was going to be called The Ride because I really came up with it sitting in the back of a ride, and was just thinking to myself how easy it is for women to be put in positions to not be safe. So I hope that if anyone watches it, that's taken, because that was predominantly the reason why I wrote the script. And then on top of it, there's just some goofy but heavy humor in it as well. So, yeah.
Well, I'm fascinated by the point of you get this idea and it's in your head. Some people have an idea, then it comes and it goes, right? It comes and it leaves. When did you go from, here's the idea, to, I'm actually going to make this happen?
I feel like I was in the shower one day and I was like, you know what, this would be a really good film. And I started off as an actress, and I was around a lot of, you know, producers and around people that were creating their own films. So one day, you know, I was just kind of listening in, and to be completely honest with you, I was like, well, if these boys could do it, then I can do it.
Right.
So I got the idea, and someone told me, hey, like, if you can get a script and you can get an investment together, this is how you could produce a film. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to produce a film.
I mean, that's a big hustle, though. So congratulations. That's a huge hustle, because that is hard. There's so many unproduced screenplays, as you know, out in Hollywood and around the United States, around the world. So to actually have it from script to screen is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And you held many hats. So, okay, you write the screenplay. You get the funding. You decide that you're doing this movie. You go through the casting. What was the hardest part of getting this whole film together?
I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like the entire thing
It was hard.
Probably took 5 years off my life. Definitely, I think the hardest part of it was just like the hours that we had to put in. We would shoot for like 18 hours. There was one day, the last scenes we were filming, that was our last day to film. Like, that was our last day in budget, and we had to get everything. So that last day is a little scary because, like, you're on that ticking time clock, and you're like, okay, we need to get these scenes. So we actually filmed out in the middle of nowhere, in the forest. We were in a real abandoned house. And it was genuinely actually scary. Like, we after we'd finished filming, we'd all be together because we'd be like, this is actually really scary. But I think the hardest part, per se, would just be fighting through those moments and scenes when you're exhausted. And you just, I see myself on screen sometimes, and I know, I'm like, okay, that was when I was, and you can sometimes kind of tell, like, in my eyes that I was exhausted, but... Yeah, I would just say keeping the energy up for everyone on the set, because everyone's tired, and you want them to keep going and to keep the energy up. So lots of coffee also.
Lots of coffee, lots of caffeine, a lot of great Houston talent in this. Jasmine Belay, John Carlton, Jonathan Carlton.
They're all amazing. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to them all.
Yes.
I know them all very well. All talented people. And when you go through the edit, which I think is like the process of filmmaking that people don't think about as much, like the layman, because the edit is where the film comes together.
Yes.
You can have as much footage as you want to, but then when you get into that edit bay, you've got to make sure that you make those moments matter.
Right.
When you finish the edit and you screen it for the first time, after coming up with this concept in the car, saying in the shower, I'm going to make this happen, talking to a producer and saying, how can I make this happen? And then you get it there. And you're acting in it, you're producing it, you've edited it, you get to see it. What's your first reaction when you see the first cut?
So I myself didn't edit it. We actually had someone, I believe Shannon Washington edited it. But to be completely honest, you're so hard on yourself, especially it being my first film. So I still, to this day, watch it, and there's some parts I'm like, I wish, I did this differently, or I wish we did this differently. But at the same time, everything has been a learning experience for me. And I'm really excited to take all the knowledge that I've gathered and all the blood, sweat, and tears, and also things that don't work out. I love to tell people, like, because a lot of people ask me, like, were you ever scared that the film wouldn't do well? Or, of course, that's a very real thing to think. Like, what if it comes out and it's horrible and everybody is like, what is this? But at the same time, I gave myself grace with this film because it's my first one. But I don't really know what I would say the hardest part of everything was in the editing. But I think just watching it, I was proud of everyone because my actors really did such an amazing job. Jasmine's amazing.
Incredible.
Like, she is so amazing. And I think she's on another show right now. I think it's on HBO, I want to say. But just getting to also see how good the actors translated and conveyed their parts, I was really proud and happy to see that.
How different was the film? Because I think everything goes through stages and processes. So how different was the movie that you first pictured when you were going and pecking away at the keyboard and putting the script together than what finally came to be? Because there's so many concessions, there's so many changes that happen when you're putting a movie together like this.
So I think where it really, like, the first scene that came into my mind was the scene of the girls at the very end. That scene, and I was so happy about that scene because that came directly out of my mind, and it almost matched exactly what I was envisioning. So I was so happy about that. I'm sorry, what?
But the thing is, but you're saying you imagined this.
Yes.
So did it come to, did it all come to life the way that you pictured it? Like, did the film come together the way that you pictured it, or did it change and evolve along the way?
It definitely evolved into something else, especially collaborating with the director I worked with. He implemented a few different things in the script, and we definitely had our moments where we had our creative differences, and I was like, no, this is, because this was my baby, and I was like, no, it needs to be like this. And there was a couple times on set where sorry to everyone on set those days, but I was, fighting for that
You're
creativity.
passionate about it. Yeah.
Right. So I know Shannon was sick of me, and I was a little sick of him too, but that's okay. We fought it out. But I was really happy to see how it evolved with everyone, and everyone that acts in it puts their own little energy into it.
Sure.
So, I'm so happy about how good the actors translated. And for some of them, it was their first time acting. For some of them, they've been on Hulu series, or, like Jasmine, she's doing amazing things also. So just seeing everyone's energy come together and make the film evolve into what it was, I was really happy to see. But the very ending was still straight out of my mind. So I was really happy that I got to convey that. And that's probably my favorite scene, was the very end. And I had a very heavy hand in directing that part of it as well. I was on everyone like, no, the lighting needs to be like this. We need to come from these angles, And then shout out to Mel, Leilani, and Jasmine, and Elise Drexler. They absolutely killed that last scene.
Incredible. Incredible. The film is Dangerous Deceit. It's on Tubi. You're in the film. So many great people in it. When people watch the movie, what's the one thing you want them to take away from it?
I would like them to take away that, sex trafficking is a very real thing in Houston and in the world.
Sure.
And there's a lot of people that are around us that we might think are there to protect us, but as women, you just always need to be aware, alert, have pepper spray, have a location shared with your friend.
Sure.
And, just as a woman, always know your surroundings and know that there's some crazy people out there. And,
So be vigilant, be aware,
Yes.
Use the buddy system, do all the things that you need to do to make sure that you stay safe. But I do encourage everybody to go check this movie out on Tubi, Dangerous Deceit. Victoria, thank you so much for joining us.
You so
I really
much.
appreciate your time.
I appreciate you for having me, and sorry if I yap a lot.
No, you're good. We can do this.
I hope I stayed on point.
You did. Let's do this again sometime.
Of course, for my next film, I'll be back.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you so much.